He cannot destroy light any more than I can destroy darkness. One cannot exist without the other.
Find the light in the dark.
So a bunch of Avatar YouTubers today are coming together to talk about their one legendary scene, a scene from Legend of Korra that really stuck out to them. This was made by Antoine, celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Legend of Korra. The show has many legendary scenes, my favorite being when Zahir meditates with Korra, but that's not the one I want to talk about today. I want to talk about when Korra found the light in the dark. Season 2 is the least favorite season of the series, but I think it's very misunderstood when it comes to its themes. What people get wrong about Legend of Korra Season 2 is that they think it's an argument of anti-technology and man versus nature, although that's the case in the Avatar 1 episode. As a whole, the season's overall message illustrates a divide between humanity and nature, not a battle. Most of the battle in the season is between man versus man, as we see in the Civil War episodes. What makes Unalaq the main villain is not necessarily his thirst for power, but an inability to accept change and his addiction to the spirits. Unalaq's main goal isn't to achieve power, he just needs power to carry out his goals. Unalaq hates how technology is dividing people from nature / the spirits. But Legend of Korra as a whole shows us how beautiful technology and nature can be. But every aspect of life has a duality of chaos and peace, Rava and Vatu. The chaotic side of technology is perfectly illustrated by Varric. Varric uses war to get himself more money, a man who is connected to technology's innovations and economy, versus Unalaq, who is invested in only the spirits that he's willing to give up his entire humanity, seeing it as an impurity. The key to duality is balance, and Korra is the balance between these two ideals. Korra at the end being both modern and traditional. In this scene, we finally know what it truly means to be spiritual, and how the opposite is egotistical. Unalaq is very egotistical, ironically. In the beginning, him and Korra both have spiritual egos, but at the end, Unalaq gets completely consumed by his ideals, while Korra finds true spirituality, learning how the Avatar isn't who she truly is as a person. Season 2 shows how divided humanity and spirits are, and Korra breaks through that divide, symbolized with her opening the portals. Because through her journey, Korra sees the value of spirits and how powerful it is to connect with them. There is so much wisdom that they provide, and they are a fundamental part of life. Spirits are literal manifestations of not just nature, but ideals like identity and morality, and so much more. Without them, humans become imbalanced and caught up in their own egos, falling victim not to the wrath of the spirits, but their own self-destruction. In Season 1 of Legend of Korra, she faced no consequences for her actions. So in Season 2, of course she has a big ego, but she finally faces consequences for her ego. And through her journey with connecting with spirits, and losing a fundamental part of her ego, her identity, being in this dark place, she finds the light in the dark, connecting to something bigger than herself, reality, nature, ideals. I want to expand on a little bit of the spirituality of things. In the Avatar 1 episodes, we see how humans and spirits are antagonistic to one another. A big misconception is that people think Rava and Vatu represent good and evil, but in reality, they represent peace and chaos. This is the fundamental nature of reality. The two entities are in a constant fight, and this equal fight is what creates balance in the world. The show lets us know nature is both chaotic and peaceful. This is demonstrated when Avatar 1 explores the forest for the first time. See how humans have a strong effect on these forces and ideas of nature. You burn the forest, nature will lean more towards chaos, but when you treat nature with careful control, it'll lean more towards peace. Rava isn't an objectively good spirit. At first, we see how she's a bit prejudiced towards humans and autocratic, but Avatar 1 gives her hope in humanity. The Avatar is basically an entity of peace that combats the chaos in the world, and by doing this, it creates balance. But when Korra defeated Vatu, she brought an era of peace among the spirits. This kinda defeats the whole purpose of balance, but in Season 3, the Red Lotus fits in Vatu's shoes and recontextualized the idea of chaos. The more chaotic humans are, the stronger Vaatu and his impact on nature becomes. Zahir criticizes the means for peace, showing how the Earth Queen is a dictator over her people, and how Avatar 1 took away the spirit's freedom. Too much peace is bad, and too much chaos is too. In Season 3, the Avatar is brought to a moral question of how much authority can you have over someone in the name of peace. All these Avatars are different. Kyoshi is willing to kill for peace. Korra's mental state, as we know, becomes very chaotic in Season 4. But the beautiful thing about it is that Korra accepts the chaos and learns from it. And this really speaks to Book 4's theme of balance. I'm bringing this up because I love how the Swamp Tree and the Tree of Time play into Korra's character arc. Korra connecting with the spirits and her inner self, versus Korra connecting with the material world and what the Avatar means to it. The beauty of internal and external. Thank you for watching, and that's my one legendary scene.